Get to the morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jodie and Hazy on Nova.
13 24 10. Who's got a tattoo? Maybe it's a little bit trashy that they somewhat regret.
Yeah.
Raise your hand,
That's
Jodie.
my hand. I've got two. I got one when I had my first child, and it's a T on my ankle. Looks a little bit like a J. So there's that one, which I at the time seemed perfect because only child. Now I have 4 children.
Yeah.
So where am I going to put the rest of the letters? I can't really do it around the back of my ankle, can I?
That many kids, you're running out of space on your body.
No, exactly. So not that I regret it, but I feel like it's incomplete.
Yes.
If that makes sense. But then I'm in no hurry to get to a tattoo parlour and get more ink.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't know.
So you've partially had this removed?
No, not that one.
Oh, okay.
So
What tattoos you got?
there's another one, and it's on my backside.
Oh boy.
Oh boy! So it's on the left cheek, and I got it.
Oh, you got a little W. You got a little W on both cheeks.
We got that one.
A little Wow Jones set up from
Stop
Carlton
it.
Footy Club.
I got it when I was about 22. I was with a girlfriend. We went, stop it. And we were on Hindley Street, and we might have had a few fizzy lemonades, and we went, let's go and we're such good friends. We're going to be friends forever. Let's go get matching tattoos. We barely speak now.
Wow.
So it's a little daisy. I got it half removed at a laser place, but made the mistake of booking a massage that same day as well.
Oh my gosh.
So anyone who's ever had a laser removal, it's hot. It is so hot, and it's like little needles jabbing in. And then I went and laid on a heated bed. So I was lying there going, like, just tears streaming down my face. Like, this is my is on fire. Like, literally on fire right now.
Yeah, not a good fire either.
Not a really good, hot fire, like burning. But actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. So that sounds like an absolutely horrible, very regretful tattoo.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'm toying with getting it completely
Get it done.
removed. Surely they've advanced things now where they can get rid of it and it's not as painful.
Yeah.
You've said, I think it still very much hurts, but absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
Producer Zoe.
Yeah, you're both just staring at me.
I know.
You've got
Very
quite a few
scared.
tats.
What have you got?
I have got quite a few.
And you're only in your 20s, so
Yeah, I've got 7 tattoos. But I don't regret. I do regret one of them. You're going to make me tell you what it is, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. All right.
what did you think you were going to come on here and we
I
weren't?
know. I saw you looking at me. I was like, God damn. So when I was a few years ago, I was a little bit heartbroken. And one of my girlfriends was doing home tattoos, and so I let her do one on me.
Wow.
So I've got a little candy love heart just on my hip that says "not you."
Not you. I've got the same one above my head that says, "G'day, big boy."
Yeah, that was a little trashy. Mum wasn't super proud of me on that one.
Can you show me that?
Yeah.
Bendy would have absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
Oh, no.
It's not good.
What about you, Newsreader Abby?
Oh, of course you've got trashy tats.
There's one that I look at, but I do laugh at it. So everyone was getting YOLO written on their feet at one point, or on their foot in my friend group, and I was like, you guys are the biggest losers, rah, rah. And then I had a few fizzy lemonades and walked down Hindley Street and woke up the next day with my hip, or not my hip, but the side of my leg itching, going, what is going on?
Yeah.
Rolled over and the boyfriend went, you do remember last night? Yeah. What do you mean? And then realised that I got YOLO written on my leg.
And it's still there, or have you got rid of it?
Still there, so that makes me giggle. But I did get one on the back of my neck, which my mother called me a name that I can't repeat on radio.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
I was just going through one of those tough times and stuff the world. And so I toddled down to Hindley Street again and went and got something on the back of my neck, which I sort of regret now being an adult and older.
What is it?
Is it a
It's like
snake?
it's just a little quote.
What is it quote? What is it?
I'm so embarrassed that I can't say it.
Is it if you can't handle me worse, you don't deserve me in my bed?
It's along those lines. It's along those lines.
Great.
I was like this angry sort of 20-something-year-old that was just going through a bit of a tough time. So, yeah.
I'm torn now because you're looking at me like, let it go, but I don't want to.
We'll come back to this.
All right.
Circle back.
Okay, we'll circle back.
We'll do some poking and prodding during the break.
Yeah.
13 24 10, regretful tattoos. Do you have any?
And just on this, I will say the trashier the better.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah. Expose yourself.
Come on.
Like producer Zoe type.
Yeah, oh, thanks.
13 24 10, we'll take calls next. We are talking really, really regretful tattoos on 13, 24, 10.
Trashy tats. You were shocked to learn, Andrew Hayes, that 3 of the 14 members have trashy tats.
Yeah. Not shocked at all, to be honest.
So 13, 24, 10, your trashy tats. We are taking your calls this morning.
Yes, all right, let's go to Adam. G'day, Adam. How are you, mate?
G'day, guys. How are you?
Good, mate. Yeah. Is it your tattoo or somebody else's?
Nah, it's my tattoo, mate, and it's a stinker.
What is it?
What have we got?
So, when I was about 25, I got my then girlfriend's name, as well. Like, my whole right-hand side ribs has got a big, glass heart with wings and a stake through it, and a quote with her name, like always and forever. And
Jesus.
I'm now not with her anymore and have been with my current partner for 8 years. We're engaged, and she refuses to marry me next year until I get it covered up.
Really? Wow.
And let me tell you, like, I'm not like I used to be. I can't take the pain of tattoos anymore, so
Yeah.
it's going to be a tough one.
So what, you thinking tattoo removal or try and redo another
I'm
tattoo
gonna
over the top?
Redo it, another tattoo over the top, but it's going to be like my whole side of my body pretty much to cover it.
Yeah, right. And that's why she makes you wear a T-shirt when you guys are having special times.
Yeah, well, I don't get special time, mate.
Oh, thanks, Ads. Thank you so much. Let's go to Chloe. Hey, Chloe.
Hey guys,
Go on, hit us.
got a couple I can't say on air, but the ones I can, I have an X's initials on my finger, but then on my arm, quite visible, I have "Born in Hell."
Yes. You're such a rebel. What's the backstory to that?
Look, I'm born on Halloween. I'm a bit of a devil, if you ask my parents. So when I was about 19, I decided, I've got quite a few tattoos. I thought that'll be a funny little gap filler in a space that I don't know where to put anything else.
That'll be a cute little gap filler, child of Satan, you know?
So what's the process? That's still there. Is it going to get removed or what?
Look, probably not, just because it's kind of funny and it starts a few conversations.
Yeah, good on you. Oh,
No regrets.
no. Wasn't that a bumper sticker that a lot of people... Oh, no, that was No Fear, wasn't it?
No fear. No fear used to be a brand. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but a lot of people got that tattooed on their bodies.
Yeah. Jeez, no regrets there at all.
Nah. Want to take one more on this, you reckon? Tattoos?
Yeah.
Go on then.
Hello? Hello, this is Nova. Who's this? Or is this an anonymous?
Yes, in my early 20s was a bit of a trashy stage, and I decided it would be a great idea to get "Wanna Ride" on just above my pubic zone with an arrow.
What a ride. I'm not sure. What was the feedback that you would get from other people that you were mixing and mingling with?
Well, there was quite a few rides.
What have you taken? Goodness me, it's like the Royal Adelaide show.
Is the tattoo still there?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, right.
Have you thought about getting it removed or?
Well, it's in the works, but it's expensive and painful. So.
Yeah. No, you know what? Run with it now. You've come this far.
That's outstanding.
Whoa. I didn't expect that, did you?
You just got the feeling that it was going to be something good when the person preferred to be known as anonymous.
Yeah, they're always good ones, aren't they?
Good stuff.
Now that's a joke.
That was a joke.
That's a joke. A joke. That's a terrible joke.
No terrible jokes here, just absolute A-grade gags. Led fearlessly and courageously by newsreader Abby. Good morning, Abs.
Good morning.
Come up some pretty good form last week too, you are.
Oh, I feel like I'm getting really ramping into the year.
Yeah.
You know?
A little bit nervous because you have come into the studio and you've said this one will get me fired.
Yeah, I don't think the boss is going to be very happy with me.
That's good.
But
He's
it's
not.
funny, so whatever.
He went to Taylor Swift. He's not here. It's fine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fine.
you want to tread on the edge, don't you as well? You just want to tiptoe on the edge.
I think
You want
so.
to push the old envelope, as they say.
Yeah.
big
Where
time.
are you pushing it? Where are you pushing an envelope?
Uphill.
Okay.
Push it right uphill, Abs.
Yeah.
Do you want me to kick things off?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, beautiful. All right. So two men are waiting to order at a restaurant and the waitress comes to the table and the first man places his order. He said, "Good evening. I'd like a quickie, please." Shocked. She said, "Excuse me, I'm going to step away for a few minutes and I expect an actual order when I return." And she left, and the second man leant over to his friend and said, sweetie, it's pronounced quiche. Oh, his mate sweeted him as well. That's the worst.
Good. All right. Well, I may as well go next.
It's not a frittata joke, is it?
No.
Leading
No,
in
it's
from
not.
the quiche joke. Good.
Okay. I maintain
frittatas are fantastic, though.
They are delicious, and if you ever tried one day, then you would know that to be true.
Okay.
Okay, I've plagiarised my joke this week. Well, I've borrowed it. I'll give it back. But I've borrowed it from the great cricket commentator, Kerry O'Keefe.
Oh.
Okay, you ready for this? So a cricketer, in this case, Kerry, was forced to take a drug test after the day's play. So the urine test has come in, and Nurse Lorraine was in the room. And then she left. And Skull started singing to himself, I can pee freely now, Lorraine has gone.
I did see that one over the weekend.
Just imagine Kerry doing that as well. Then right at the end. Is he evil? No, he's beautiful.
All right, let's do it.
Here we go, Abs.
All right, ready?
Very nervous, aren't you? Shaking. Oh, here we go.
What's the difference between an enzyme and a hormone?
What's the difference between an enzyme and a
I think I
hormone?
know, but I don't want to say. What is it?
You can't hear an enzyme.
Oh! See you, baby! Thanks for coming.
See ya.
Straight to HR. Also, I don't get it. What's going on?
We'll be taking our news from Melbourne for the rest of the week.
Okay. I need a coffee. I need to calm down just to calm those nerves. Jodes, you look magnificent this morning. You look nice and refreshed.
Thank you. Big shout out to TikTok. And if anyone knows TikTok, it's Jodester. And when I third person myself like that, you know I don't know what I'm talking
Are you
about.
actually on TikTok? Are you really?
No, God, no. But I got put.
Are you on the TikTok?
I have cottoned onto this new trend, and it's called the Sleepy Girl Mocktail, and it is a thing. So basically, it's an alcohol-free cocktail packed full of goodness that's supposed to help you sleep.
Oh.
And it's very popular, and I know this because I spent my day yesterday visiting 4 supermarkets and 1 health food shop looking for the key ingredient, that is pure organic tart cherry juice.
Of course. That sounds very, very... Where would you find that?
Well, I'm so glad you asked. If you saw a psycho woman on her knees in aisle 4 at the Foodland Norwood with her hands in prayer to the cherry juice gods, that was me yesterday because I finally found that little sucker.
Oh, good. The cherry juice gods answered.
They did.
Nice.
So basically you take that because it's got melatonin in it, which is obviously good for sleep. You mix it with some magnesium powder, which is also good for sleep and muscle health. And you top it up with like a probiotic soda, so which is basically just soda water with some lime flavouring in it. So I made it last night for me and Colleen, my mum, and it was delicious. It was like a cocktail because you put the magnesium in it and it mixes up and it makes it frothy.
Yeah.
So it's almost, I guess it's a bit Aperol spritzy.
Okay.
And I know I'm a breakfast radio presenter, so my sleep patterns are all out because I go to sleep mainly when it's light and we wake up in the dark. So it's not normal. But I tell you what, I nodded off like a little baby.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Very nice. Success.
And I went night-nights really quickly, but I woke up when Sid the dog was sort of dry reaching. That's another story.
Sid got stuck into it as well.
There was a side effect though. So if
On
you,
Sid, yeah, I know.
if you take every thought you've ever had in your life and you amalgamated it into one giant brain dream fart, that's what happened last night.
Oh, okay.
Just sort of everything. And this has happened to me before when I've had natural sleep tablets. So I was at war on a ship with the political reporter from Channel 10, Alan Murrell. I was playing golf. My sister-in-law had stolen my kids. I was pressing all the buttons on this show because you said you had to perform at the Red Room. Like, if it's just...
I think I actually did say that.
So that was the only sort of, you're sort of asleep, but weirdly having all these sleepy thoughts. Anyway, you want to try it?
Yeah, right. Yes, please.
I brought it in tonight, so you can try it tonight if you like.
Are you sure there's not acid in there as well?
Is there nothing you use to help you sleep?
Yeah, I used to, and I still do. So we originally got a shusher for Henry when he was 1 or 2. That's what it's called, a little shusher. Yeah. You can go in different settings. There's like a heartbeat setting, static setting. We would turn it onto the ocean setting and just leave it there.
Yeah.
And now we use it. I need it to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's so good, isn't it? I use rain.
Oh,
Rain
yeah,
to
rain's
go to
good as
sleep.
well. But listen to this. Listen how soothing this is. And then you're like, oh, ready? Oh. my gosh. What's a peacock doing in the middle of the ocean?
Oh, goodness me. Producer Zoe, have you got something that helps you sleep?
Yeah, I don't so much anymore, but when we first started this gig together to try and fall asleep when it's still light outside, I'd do eye mask on and brown noise the background. Listen to this.
That's on your. You're on the Qantas A380.
I think I am, you know, which is interesting because I'm really scared of flying. But brown noise comforts me.
And also, like sleeping on a plane is a disaster.
Is a disaster. But this is good, I promise it. Just listen.
Yeah, listen. You ready? You ready? You ready?
Turn down for what?
Oh my goodness.
Abby in the newsroom, you got something?
Well, because I'm normal, I just put a fan on. And I take magnesium too. But to be honest, it doesn't really help.
Oh, but
I'm such an overthinker. I overthink everything. So I get into bed and my brain's like, ping.
Abs, genuinely brown noise. It does something to your brain. It just switches you off a little bit. It's nice.
Okay. Yeah, so, like sometimes when I'm just too alert and I want to go to sleep, I'll just listen to old stories that Jodie used to tell about her social netball and then bang, out like a light.
Wow, you're on fire this morning.
You are. He's loving this.
So on fire. I haven't even told you about our game on Tuesday night against Shots.
No, I don't want to fall asleep while standing up because I might knock myself out on the desk here.
If you take one of these sleepy mocktails tonight, then I'll give you a buzz around about 8:45 and I'll start telling you about Tuesday night's game and you'll go... Yeah, it could be worse. I could be listening to you. The fact that you never made the AFL.
My tears put you to sleep. That hurts. That really hurts.
Oh, God. It's the sound of Hazy sobbing again.
Sobbing. It's so
boring. Relaxing.
Oh, jeez. 132410. Now, what do you use to get to sleep? Have you got a nice little hack?
We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, all right. Just soak this up.
Okay.
Oh,
not if you're driving.
Jodie, you always look fantastic first thing in the morning, but there's just something about you today.
Yeah, okay.
There's just something that's just a little bit extra.
Well, Tik Tok told me that I needed to try the Sleepy Girl mocktail, so I did last night.
You always listen to Tik Tok too. Live your life by it.
Oh, don't know what. Just scroll for hours. No, I don't. So basically what it is, it's cherry tart juice, which has got melatonin in it, which is good for sleep, magnesium powder, a bit of soda water with a touch of lime. And if you want to be super fancy, just drop like a little bit of dehydrated fruit in there.
Yeah. Do you think if newsreader Abby was cherry juice, she'd be this particular juice?
What? Are you saying she's a tart? Is that what you're saying?
Wow. I expected better from you,
Oh,
Andrew
my
Hayes.
gosh.
Well,
And yes, I am a tart, so I would be the cherry juice.
That's the whole thing. Lower your expectations. That's on you, mate.
Yeah.
So we're talking about the things on 132410 that send you to sleep. I want you to record an audio book for me of you just talking about how good your calves are, because that makes me nod off. And also...
Are you not into those chats?
Complaining about your hair thinning at the front. Ugh.
Is that getting a bit boring?
Oh, you reckon?
Because you're like, finally, he's joined the party.
Yeah, and also you've been good looking your whole life, so I don't care that now it's starting to catch up with you.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice that you say that, but you say it when it's too late.
Bad luck, Buttercup. Nicole, what puts you to sleep?
What puts me to sleep is I have two young babies who both have a monitor each,
Yes.
and they both have their sleep sounds on.
Yeah.
And I need both of those monitors on loud so I can hear their sleep machines through the monitor.
Oh, so it's like secondhand. What are we talking? What sort of noise?
Well, it's white noise,
Yeah.
so it's like the...
Yeah.
So, yeah, I need to hear that through their monitor.
Secondhand white noise.
What's the difference?
Secondhand white noise.
Nicole, do you know the difference between white noise and producer Zoe was just talking about brown noise?
No.
Well, here,
No, I don't know.
here is the difference. So here's white noise, and here's brown noise.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And here's white noise and brown noise.
See, that's kind of what secondhand white noise is like. It's kind of...
Yeah.
So you've got diluted
Strange,
white
isn't it?
noise that's been
Yeah.
turned into brown noise.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if we mix them together, we get...
Turn down for what?
We don't.
Oh, thank you so much, Nicole. Let's go to Michaela. What's putting you to sleep there, Michaela?
So every night I have to put my fan on and I listen to the Brooklyn Nine-Nine show every night.
Nice. There it is.
Yep. Wake up in the middle of the night, go to the toilet, come back, it's on again.
Wow.
What a beautiful little routine you've got there, Michaela.
Do you like watching it because it's boring and it puts you to sleep, or you like the show and it's just
No,
relaxed?
I just like the show. I can lay there with my eyes shut.
Yeah.
And I know what's playing.
Yeah. It's almost like your body would get into this routine where it's like, oh, okay, so Brooklyn's playing, so I know now it's time to get ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Like you're in genuine
it's like a
routine.
cue. It's like when older people listen to the ABC all night. So they put that on. My mum does that. I'm not bagging the ABC. It's like nice and soothing for her. I'm glad.
Yeah, no.
My grandparents before that did it too.
Yeah, exactly right. What a nice little routine they've got. Now, Jodie, you may not have noticed this, but I've come in this morning extremely streamlined. Yeah, that's right. I ran the clippers over me from toe to neck.
Wow.
I was due for it, though.
Yeah, okay.
They're starting to call me Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy.
Were they?
Yeah, I just wasn't taking it too well.
No, that's embarrassing for you, isn't it?
It's nice though, isn't it? I'm quite prickly. So what comes with, of course, being this beautiful and streamlined? Clippers.
All right.
Either a razor or clippers. And for me, I'm a clip guy.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I got some clippers. I got some Remington. I think I've had them for about 10, 15 years. So I started the journey yesterday from bottom to top and then put the clippers back on the kitchen bench just to sort of charge and sort of went about my streamlined day after that.
Okay.
Fast forward about 3 hours later.
Yeah.
Clippers are still there. And the kids are sort of stuffing around. And then I don't know, I was just sort of hanging out in the bedroom. I think I was playing with Lottie and Kara's in the corner of the room. And then we hear this zzz, and I looked over. And would you believe it? My 5-year-old son. All I saw in my quick sort of spurt of vision after hearing the clippers was this big chunk of hair hit the floor.
Oh, my God.
To which I've gone, hey, what are you doing? And then ran in there to see that the big fella had given himself a really special haircut. So why don't you have a look at that?
Oh, my God.
Can you describe what you're seeing in Henry's new haircut?
No. He's got it, firstly, what a very luscious head of hair, unlike his father.
Not anymore.
And then he's taken a massive chunk right out the side. Wowee. I don't know, it looks like a mohawk gone wrong.
It's gone very wrong, isn't it? So we're doing this nice and early as well because I sort of promised everyone in my family that we wouldn't talk about this.
Okay.
Because our instant reaction was to sort of laugh a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So, look, we're just taking it day by day. He's got a massive comb over at school this morning.
Oh,
Just really nice. You just sort of wonder if a haircut like that is going to catch on at school. Probably not.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
That's horrific.
Yes. What's probably more horrific is where the clippers had actually been 2 hours before that. We're not going to tell Henry or my wife that any time soon, okay?
I was also pleased that buzzing sound in the corner of the room was the clippers.
Girls, I really need a chit chat. Let's have a chit chat. It is so time for a chit chat.
Let's go, girl.
YTG. Yeah, the girls.
It's not YTS.
What?
Yeah, the sweetie. What are we called?
Yeah,
Sweetie
the sweetie
pie
pie for you.
YTSPE.
Okay, for the uninitiated, if you're joining us for the first time in 2024, welcome. Thank you so much. This is where we talk about all the things that the girls talk about that we probably shouldn't talk about on air, but we do. We talk about it off air in the office. And then Andrew joins in. We're like, oh, mate, get out.
Yeah. Chick chat.
I'm usually not listening, though. Like, I'm there, but I'm not there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Like,
that's...
I'm present.
No,
Yeah.
we
Story
really
of your
know
life.
what you mean. Yeah.
And when both eyes are looking in different directions and there's dribble coming out of my mouth,
Yeah.
that's where I'm going to land far, far away of what you guys are talking about.
Yeah. Anyway, producer Zoe joins us. Producer Zoe in your 20s, in a beautiful relationship with the gorgeous Alex, who we're all
You
in
all
love
love,
with.
yeah.
Yeah.
You all love very much.
Abs from the newsroom, happily single.
Who knows?
Well,
what's
I mean,
going
it's
on with me.
fluid. This week.
Yeah.
This week
It changes from week to week. Yeah.
Are we seeing anyone at the moment? Or?
I don't have anything to say.
Oh, no comments.
Taking the
comment.
fifth.
Wow.
I'll not be answering questions at this time.
I feel like I'm outside of court for Channel 10 right now. What have you got to say?
No comment.
Okay, this week's Chick Chat. Hi, Jodie, Abby and Zoe. My best friend and her fiance... this is an email, by the way, obviously, that we've received.
No, it's snail mail. They wrote in.
Yeah, my best friend and her fiance have just called off their engagement after 6 months. They got engaged on a whim, and the reality of it all has sunk in. They were together for a year. He got her a super nice ring. We reckon it cost him around $7,000. Now they've split. Does she have a right to keep it, or does she have to give it back? We think she should keep it. It was a gift after all, but she feels bad. We don't want her to give it back as an excuse to get back in contact with him. What does she do? That's from Sally from Plimpton.
Whoa.
Wowee. Okay.
Wow.
So my first thought on this is, I guess an engagement ring is a promise. Like it's a gift as a promise. We're going to get married. We're going to be together. So if that promise is broken, then I think maybe perhaps give it back.
It depends who breaks the promise too, doesn't it?
True.
So if the partner who gave the ring, it was the other person who did it, then you've probably got to give it back. Especially
Again,
if you've called it off late.
Yeah, I know.
And you've received the ring and it's on you for calling it off.
Yeah.
I think you should give it back.
But I also feel like you're missing the very definition of chick chat, which is chicks chatting.
Anyway, ladies, as I was saying.
Very interesting one. I think at its nature, it is a gift, right? So if you make that decision to put your heart on the line and propose and give the person a ring, you've given them the ring.
Yeah.
I think she's completely entitled to keep it, even though that might be a moral stretch. But I think she has every right to keep it.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a story for you.
Oh, go on then.
Of course.
So a friend of mine, she proposed to another woman and it was all fine, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they broke up. So she got given the ring back. This woman said, I don't want a reminder of you, so here's the ring back. I don't want it.
Noble.
She then has gone on and met another partner. Cool, they're together, whatever. But they've got two best friends who they as well were, she's like, I can't find a ring that I like to give to so-and-so, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So my friend sold, because she just wanted to get rid of this ring, she sold that engagement ring to their best friends who then went on and used it to propose.
Ooh, and they all know each other.
They all know each other. Yeah.
Oh, no.
So she just wanted to get rid of it. I reckon she spent $6,000 or $7,000. In the end, she sold it to her friend for like $1,500 because she's like, I just don't want the ring here anymore. I'm in a new relationship. We've had a baby. It needs to move on.
So there's definitely something in that. Can jewellery be cursed?
No,
but okay. So for example, I've still got my wedding ring from my first marriage, and it's in a jewellery box, and I'm thinking of re-gifting it to my daughter because that's her dad. So I thought that would be a nice thing to do. But is that a nice? I don't know.
Well,
is it because it didn't work out?
You've answered the question. You kept the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you keep the engagement ring as well?
Yeah, all of it.
So you kept it.
Mate, they're all diamonds, mate.
Yeah, exactly. My mum kept her engagement ring from her first marriage, and for my birthday gifted it to me.
But did you like it?
Yes, I love it. I love it. I think it's holding on to a memory a little bit, like keeping memory boxes. But I think you have every right to keep that ring and do with it what you will.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. I just
Is there something tainted about it? Is the question.
That to me, yes, a little. Yeah.
Okay.
13 24 10. Do you give the ring back? You got engaged. Everything was happy. The world was a beautiful place, and now it's over.
Yes.
And romance is dead.
Dead and gone.
I really need a chit chat. Let's have a chit chat. It is so time for a chit chat.
Let's go, girls.
Let's go, girls, indeed.
So we received an email, and breakfast@nova919.com.au is the email address if you'd like to discuss something with us, because we're more than happy to air it on air. The email said, hi, Jodie, Abby and Zoe. My best friend and fiance have just called off their engagement after 6 months. Basically, they were together for a year. He got her a super nice ring, and it was around $7,000. They've split. Does she have the right to keep it or give it back? $7,000.
That's a lot.
It's a lot,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's more of a moral dilemma as well. We just found out via some research that because it was a gift, legally, there's no obligation to give it back.
Yeah.
At all.
I guess
So it's a moral dilemma.
it's a moral obligation, isn't it, though? Yeah. All right, let's go to Jenna. Good morning, Jenna.
Good morning.
Okay, thoughts on this one?
So it's a bit of a different situation, obviously, because my family, my parents were together a long time. They had me and my brother and, that type of thing. But my dad actually was unfaithful to my mum after they got engaged. And so she told him she didn't want to marry him anymore, but they stayed together. Well, she made him buy her a second engagement ring because the first one was tainted. And so when they finally did split about 30 years later, she kept both rings. And I said to her that I wanted one. That's he history and, hand me down. And she went and sold them both on me without telling me. And so I'm a bit devastated, actually.
Wow.
Stuff them up.
Wow.
But Jenna, don't you think there's something in that? If something bad happens with jewelry can be tainted, can't it?
Well, you don't necessarily have to keep the item as it was. You could turn it into a pair of earrings or a nice necklace and make it a news story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true. Lots of people do that.
Doesn't have to stay as an engagement ring. It could be changed into something nice. A bit more of a positive.
Yeah.
You did have a loving relationship with that person
At one
even
stage.
if it didn't turn out.
Yeah. So the collective value of those two rings, what do you think it was?
Oh, well, it was a long time ago. But yeah, you'd be looking upwards of maybe 10 or 15,000. They were,
That's handy.
Well, because the second one was I'm really, really sorry for what I did previously, but I still want to marry you.
Oh, goodness me. Okay, thank you so much, Jenna. Stacey, good morning.
Good morning.
Do you give the ring back?
No. He basically decided that he was going to leave after 6 years together. We were married. And I said to him, I was like, look, if you really want to leave, I can't get these off. So you're going to have to cut them. So he went straight to the shed, got pliers, cut them off.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I put them in my jewellery box and a few months later sold them and bought myself a ruby ring to say, like, I'm okay on my own.
So the new ring, was it like a sort of reincarnation of the old ring?
Definitely not.
Right. Okay.
No, but I also, so these rings were, the wedding band I actually paid for myself out of my own birthday money.
What? Okay.
And the engagement ring was being paid off with Certegy, so we were both paying for it anyway. So I was like, well, they're mine.
Stacey, can I just say I'm glad this relationship's over?
Oh, me too.
Wow. You had to buy your own wedding ring?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
That is love.
So my birthday was only like a few days before a few weeks before our wedding.
Yeah.
And I still didn't have the wedding ring. So all the money that I got from family and friends for my birthday, I spent on the band.
Yeah, wow.
Depends all onto your morals, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure does.
I have none, so I keep.
I'm just going to put this out there straight away. Who does the budgeting at your house?
Husband.
Good.
Yeah.
Right, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because he's good at that stuff and he's a man who is very adept at a spreadsheet and that is sexy.
Yeah, okay. Is it?
Yep.
There you go.
Anyone, if you're a bloke and you can use Excel,
Oh,
I probably want to jump you.
wow. Who saw that coming? Not me. I thought it was going to be something physical, like if you could work a nail gun or you could do some sort of tradie-based skill.
No, Excel spreadsheet. Love it. Because
What about all those nerds at home whose ears are pricking up right now? Like, oh, okay, finally. Finally, the tables have turned.
Finally, it pays off.
With their beautiful, skinny, soft hands.
Says Jim, the accountant, who's been tapping away at his computer for years. And he's like, finally, I'm wanted.
Finally. Okay, I mean, physically, he's just not what stereotypically a woman wants. But finally, Jim's like, I'm on. I'm on. And I'm too old. Well, then you're going against the grain if you guys were living in Japan.
Yeah.
In Japan, traditional gender roles strongly influence household finances, with wives typically managing budgets even when both partners work.
Wow. So wives are allocating allowances.
Yes. And 100% I could quite easily live in Japan.
Yeah.
Cara does everything in terms of budgeting.
Mm-hmm.
She gives me a weekly allowance.
Oh, does she?
A certain amount of money, and it's not much, by the way, goes into my account every single week.
Yeah.
And that's how much I can use. And that's not just at her request, but it's also at my request as well.
Okay.
Because I'm not a smart... I was about to say I'm not a smart man.
Not a smart
I
man.
couldn't even say smart. Right. I'm not good with money at all.
No, right.
Yeah.
And so what are you spending your money on?
Well, I eat out too much, first and foremost.
Yes, you do.
You know, when people say, oh, here's $50, it's your last $50, what would you use? And someone's like, oh, I'd invest it or I'd do this and this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I'm going to spend $40 on a big, hearty breakfast.
Yeah.
Because once I've got a big, beautiful breakfast, eggs, bacon, all the other sides, then I can come up with a plan.
Then you've got $10 left to sort your life out.
You got $10, but then you probably get a juice and maybe a couple of coffees.
Yeah, but then you're like, oh, I've got $10 left. God, that halloumi looks delicious.
Yeah.
Chuck that on there. It's all good.
put that on there as well. No, I completely agree with this. And yeah, I would understand as well how you're not good at budgeting.
Me?
For example.
Oh.
For example, and once again, bless you, Jodes. But when you've got free range to your bank account, you bought me this ridiculous stuff. And this is all, you're always going to come back to this. You bought me this ridiculous stuff from Gold Coast, which is supposed to help my manky feet. But you bought it off a bloke on the side of the street whose name was what, Jim or Barry or something?
No, I don't know. His phone number's on there. Feel free to call him if you're not happy with the product and you've still got fungal infection on your big toe.
Well, I still very much do.
Okay.
In fact, I think it might be getting worse.
Well,
also, this number doesn't exist.
That is bad because that was my last $60.
Yeah, right. And now Jim's enjoying a delicious breakfast with all the sides.
It is.
A really, really late welcome to Jodie Oddie to the beautiful world of TikTok. Do you know what? Better late than never.
Yeah.
There she is.
And do you know what? It's welcome and goodbye.
Oh, what?
So I've literally watched 2 videos on TikTok and I think I'm tapping out.
No good.
No. Okay, so this is how I first got on because you guys talk about you talk about TikTok all the time. You're obsessed. You go down the rabbit hole and then sometimes we have to come and fish you out because we lose you to it.
I'm deep in equestrian TikTok at the moment.
And when you fish her out, she's doing one of those little dances like... Oh, what? I'm just filming it for my tick of the talk.
No. At the moment, it's literally like people brushing their horses and being like, this is how I get their manes straight. I've never been into horses in my life.
Oh, my very God.
That sounds quite good, actually.
It's quite interesting.
So I dipped my toe into the TikTok water and the reason I did is because my good friend Tiff said, have a look at this chicken teriyaki fried rice recipe.
The tastiest high-protein chicken teriyaki fried rice. This is so much better than takeout, packed with flavor and so easy to make.
Oh, well done. I'm in.
And I'm like, oh my God, I want a piece of that action. So signed up to TikTok. And also, why is he talking like that?
I'm not sure. It feels like he's reading that out.
Yes, me.
Gun to the head vibes.
Bit of a robot.
Enjoyed this chicken.
Eat. Oh, my family gets it.
Yeah. It's high protein. I hate it. Anyway, so that was the first TikTok video I watched. And then this morning, I was driving to work and I was like, what's this? It's Valentine's Day. This is a lovely love motivation little piece.
All you need is one person in your life who says, you got this, I believe in you. And you will find courage and energy to do things that you would not have had before. But more importantly, that person needs to also say, and if everything goes wrong, I will be there for you and I will be there with you. And I think burnout happens when you're attempting to do all of the things you see other people do and not realize that they have deep, meaningful relationships that you can't see. And you think falsely that you have to do it alone.
How's the music in the background?
It's a bit much.
Not focusing on the music, I'm focusing on the words. I sat in my car and I cried in the car park.
That's so
I cried because I'm like, it's Valentine's Day and Gregory's my person.
Yeah.
Ugly cried.
Ugly cry? What do you mean? You're so attractive usually when you cry.
Anyway, I'm done.
Okay.
You just need someone to get
listening to that is the most like, I have no algorithm yet on TikTok because I haven't used it enough. It's like, here's some chicken and here's a motivational speaker with a wanky tune in the back.
And Jodie's TikTok's going, who the hell is this person?